Once upon a time, in the bustling town of Ho, newlyweds Kofi and Abena faced opposition from Abena's mother, who sternly warned her that Kofi was not what he seemed.
You don't know him like I do, Abena.
Her mother insisted, her voice shaking with intensity.
He's not the man you think he is.
Despite heated arguments and threats of disownment, Abena stood firm.
I love Kofi and I'm marrying him. Nothing you say will change my mind.
Shortly after their marriage, Abena's mother, heartbroken and angry, disowned her daughter, leaving Abena cut off from her family. A few months later, a severe economic downturn hit Ho, causing Kofi's thriving cocoa business to collapse. With his business in ruins, Kofi became poor and depressed, struggling to provide for himself and Abena. One evening, Kofi sat at the table, his head in his hands.
I can't keep watching us struggle like this, Abena,
he said, his voice heavy with despair.
Yor told me about Sunyani. He said there are jobs there, real opportunities. I don't want to leave you, but I have to try. I promise. I'll send money back and return when we're secure.
Abena's heart ached at the thought of being apart, but she nodded, her eyes filled with tears.
If it's what you think is best, Kofi, just promise me you'll come back.
Kofi sold everything of value and divided the money, giving half to Abena for her upkeep and taking the other half for his journey. After 5 days of travel, Kofi arrived in Sunyani, a bustling city full of opportunities. He soon found a job as a laborer for a wealthy woman named Nana, managing her estate and helping with her cocoa export business. Nana, the daughter of a prosperous landowner, had inherited her family's estate after her father's sudden death. Initially, their relationship was strictly professional, but as Nana observed Kofi's hard work and dedication, she became more impressed with him. She invited him to dinner to show her appreciation.
Kofi, your dedication is remarkable,
Nana said one evening over dinner.
Tell me more about your life in Ho and your dreams for the future.
Kofi, sensing an opportunity, shared his struggles and ambitions. Over several dinners, their connection deepened. Nana expressed admiration for Kofi's diligence and ambition, and Kofi, feeling conflicted but driven by ambition, began an affair with her. Despite his growing connection with Nana, Kofi couldn't shake the guilt he felt for betraying Abena. As months passed without a letter, Abena grew anxious and heartbroken. She sat by the window each day, scanning the empty street outside, her hand clutching the edge of the table, knuckles white with tension. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring the view. She bit her lip, trying to stifle the sobs that threatened to break free. A merchant named Kojo had been pursuing Abena since Kofi's departure. Despite his advances, Abena remained faithful to Kofi. However, after years of waiting with no word from Kofi, Abena decided to go to Sunyani to find him. She sought financial help from Kojo, who agreed to loan her money on the condition that she help him expand his business. Reluctantly, Abena agreed. During this period, Abena and Kojo spent a lot of time together working on his business. Kojo's consistent support and kindness began to blur the lines of their relationship. One day, as they stood in the bustling market, Abena negotiated prices with a confidence that surprised even herself. Each sale felt like a small victory, a step towards her goal of finding Kofi.
I appreciate your help more than you know, Abena,
Kojo said one evening as they closed the shop.
You're incredible.
Abena smiled, but her thoughts were still with Kofi.
Thank you, Kojo. I just hope I can find him and understand why he hasn't written.
After saving enough money, Abena traveled to Sunyani. The journey was long and arduous. She traveled through dense forests, crossed rivers, and navigated bustling markets, her determination unwavering. Along the way, she encountered helpful strangers and faced numerous challenges that tested her resolve. Each step brought her closer to Kofi and the answers she sought. Finally, Abena arrived in Sunyani, a city teeming with life and opportunity. The streets were filled with merchants selling their wares, children playing, and the scent of various foods wafting through the air. Abena's heart raced as she navigated the unfamiliar city, asking for directions and following leads. Nana, observing Kofi's diligence, felt a growing attraction towards him. She admired his ambition and work ethic, seeing in him a potential partner, not just in business but in life. Her admiration turned to affection, and eventually she invited Kofi to share more personal moments with her.
Kofi, I've seen many people come and go, but you stand out.
Nana confessed one evening.
You're different. Your passion and dedication remind me of my father.
Kofi, torn between his loyalty to Abena and his growing connection with Nana, felt the weight of his choices. He knew he was betraying Abena, but the stability and promise of a better life with Nana were hard to resist. Abena's heart pounded as she finally found Kofi, now married to Nana. She confronted him with a mix of anger and sorrow.
Kofi, how could you? Why haven't you written? What happened to the promises you made?
Abena's voice trembled. Kofi, fearing exposure, pleaded with her to pretend to be a business partner.
Abena, please, I beg you. Pretend you're just a partner in the business. If Nana finds out, it will ruin everything.
Reluctantly, Abena agreed, determined to make the best of a dire situation. Nana, unaware of the true nature of their relationship, accepted Abena as a partner in her business. Abena worked diligently, hoping to prove her worth and carve out a place for herself. However, Kofi secretly visited Abena at night, continuing their relationship. This arrangement continued until one day, Abena accidentally made a costly business mistake, prompting Nana to fire her in anger.
I can't believe you made such an error, Abena. You're no longer welcome here.
Nana said, her voice cold with disappointment. Tired of the humiliation, Abena decided to leave. Kofi, returning home, found Abena packing. In the ensuing argument, Abena revealed her pregnancy.
I'm pregnant, Kofi, and I've had enough of this charade.
Kofi, realizing the child might not be his, grew furious.
Is it even mine, Abena? Or is this another lie?
Abena, deeply offended by his accusations, revealed the truth about her struggles and his abandonment.
You abandoned me, Kofi? You left me to fend for myself, and now you question my loyalty? I've sacrificed everything for you.
Despite the tension, Kofi couldn't leave his new life with Nana and their children. Nana, overhearing the argument, discovered the truth about Kofi and Abena. Feeling betrayed, she confronted Kofi and comforted Abena, apologizing for her previous harshness.
Nana, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you.
Abena said, tears streaming down her face. Nana, with a heavy heart, decided to expel Kofi from her life and keep Abena as a friend. Through this, Nana and Abena developed a bond based on mutual respect and shared hardships. Kofi, now exposed and disgraced, left Sunyani and returned to Ho with nothing. He struggled for the rest of his life, regretting his actions. Abena reconciled with her parents, who welcomed her back warmly. Using the skills she had learned, she started her own business and found happiness independently. Eventually, she married Kojo, who accepted her and her child. Nana found genuine love with a new partner who accepted her children, while Abena and Kojo lived happily ever after. The story teaches the importance of making wise choices, the consequences of our actions, and the resilience needed to overcome adversity and rebuild a fulfilling life. The end. Thanks for listening.